indication on it that this lawyer from Updike, Kelly and Spellacy wrote it?
I don't have it in front of me.
Okay. Other than that brief that was rejected by the Second Circuit Court of Appeals in January 2010, are you familiar with any other document? I'll restate that. Although you said Mr. whatever his name,
Makarowicz.
I'll butcher that several times. Mr. Makarowicz wrote on your behalf. Have you had any other briefs written on your behalf and submitted to any court as an individual?
As an individual? I don't believe so. Aside from this case.
Okay, fair enough. Now, that brief that Mr. Makarowicz wrote, did you participate in writing it too?
I reviewed it.
Okay. When you say you reviewed it, did you make any edits or contributions to it?
Yes.
Okay. How many drafts did it go through, if you recall?
Several, as I recall.
Okay. All right, so we can call you a collaborator, if you will, in that document?
Yes.
Other than that document that you collaborated in and was rejected by the Second Circuit, were there any other attempts you've made in the past 24 years to participate in a brief that was submitted to any court?
I worked on pro bono cases as a lawyer at White & Case.
Okay. White & Case, that's a big New York law firm, isn't it?
It is.
Like what, 500 lawyers?
Perhaps more.
Okay. Outside of that work, when you worked at that big time New York law firm, working on briefs, have you collaborated on any other briefs besides the one that was rejected recently at the Second Circuit?
As an individual?
As an individual?
No.
So, no depositions, no pleadings, and 2 briefs in 24 years. Correct?
As an individual.
As an individual. Am I correct? Have I summarized it properly?
Yes, except that my Attorney General lawyers represent the office of the Secretary of the State on a variety of litigation matters that have involved our office as a defendant.
Okay, we're going to come back to that. I just want to make sure my summary was correct. Other than the brief that was rejected and this pro bono work you did at this New York law firm, you don't recall any other briefs you collaborated on that were submitted to court over 24 years?
Correct. I'm a corporate lawyer, not a litigator.
Okay, I'm going to come back to that too.
Yep.
Have you actually ever been in court yourself?
Yes.
Okay. And when you were at court, did you stand at the counsel table?
I've been to court to be sworn into the New York bar and the Connecticut bar and to observe proceedings.
Okay.
And I've been to small claims court.
How'd you enjoy that experience?
Oh, lovely.
Did you represent yourself in small claims?
Yes.
How many times have you been to small claims court?
Once.
Okay.
And I did win.
And when you observed proceedings in court, as you just mentioned, were you the one who stood up in court and addressed the judge or the jury?
No.
Okay. Were you sitting at the counsel table and introduced to anyone as the lawyer for the case?
No.
Did you sit in back of the bar of the court, or did you sit in front of the bar at counsel table?
In the public portion of the courtroom.
And that would be the part that's not at counsel table, correct?
Correct.
That would be the part in back of the bar, correct?
Yes.
And how many times did you come to court to observe the proceedings in court and you sat in the public section?
Just a few.
Can you name the most recent?
I believe in law school. I went to an argument at the Connecticut Supreme Court.
Okay. Any other occasions? And I don't mean to sound flippant, but I don't think that's the most recent one you can recall. That would be, what, 25 years ago? If my math is right?
Yes.
Was that in your first year of law school?
I can't remember. Probably.
Okay. Well, it was in law school, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you went to UConn Law School,
I did,
right?
for my first year.
And so you don't recall going to watch the proceedings at the Connecticut Supreme Court when you were at your Duke Law School, correct?
It probably was when I was a first year.
Okay. So other than that occasion to watch what takes place in court, you have no more recent recollection about what takes place in court by personal observation and being in the public section.
Yes.
So you've never actually been introduced to a judge or jury as the attorney, as an attorney at all, have you?
Can you repeat that question?
Sure. Have you ever been inside a courthouse at all?
Yes.
Okay. And have you ever been inside a courthouse at any time and been introduced as an attorney in the case?
In a case pending before that court?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
Okay. Have you ever been inside of a courthouse and been introduced as an attorney outside of your admittance to the bar?
Yes.
Okay. And when was that?
When I visit district courts to do naturalization ceremonies.
Okay. And when's the last time that you visited, that would be the District Court of Connecticut?
Yes.
Okay, that would be the Federal District Court.
Yes.
Okay. And in the Federal District Court, when was the last time you participated in a naturalization ceremony where you were introduced as an attorney?
Well, I was introduced as the Secretary of the State, and I
Nice.
am an attorney, sir.
Okay. But when you were introduced as Secretary of State, does your introduction as Secretary of State include a title that says attorney?
No.
So outside of the naturalizations, have you been introduced as an attorney while you were standing in a courthouse at any time in the past 26 years?
With respect to a pending case in court, no.
Okay. And when you say with respect to a pending case in court, how about with any case?
I visit courthouses as a public official, and therefore I'm sure along the way someone has said, this is Attorney Bysiewicz.
Can you recall the most recent time that took place?
Not a specific recollection.
Did it take place in any time you can recall in the past 6 months?
No.
In the past 5 years?
I can't remember.
Okay. And by the way, ma'am, is this the first time